being you is exactly what someone needs online today. All of the messiness, the weirdness, the chaos, all of it. This is episode 2 of the Reinvention Series, where we are talking about how to show up as our authentic, real selves. And what does that even mean? If you haven't watched the first episode yet, go back and check it out, because we actually talk about how to remember who we were before we became all these things to everybody else. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about why women like you and me, where we get stuck and why we get stuck. We're going to talk about the shift that needs to happen, where we don't want to be showing up as a polished version of ourselves. And we're going to break down a 3-part mental filter that will help you before you push out content. So this episode is all about showing up authentically without the performance. Let's get into it. There are 3 problems that I see women our age having. I see it all over in the comments. I see it in social media on all the platforms. And the very first one, the hardest one to get over, is the judgment. You're afraid of being judged by family members, by children, by coworkers. You just are so embarrassed. You don't want to put yourself out there because you're afraid people are going to make fun of you or pass around your videos and say mean things. One thing for sure, women our age, we just give a lot less you-know-whats as we get older. So we care a lot less about the judgment, but it's still there and it can still hurt and it can still be scary. But coming from someone like me who's been doing content creation for quite a number of years, I tell you, it gets easier and easier the more you post. Another problem I see, and I still have myself, is comparison. Comparison sucks and it kills you. You see people with their perfect little homes and their perfect little lives and their perfect made up faces and lovely fashionable clothes, and you think, I can never compete with that. Nobody's going to care what I have to say because of the way I look or the way my home looks. I can tell you right now, that is just simply not true. Some of my best performing videos are me with messy hair and no makeup and messes all around me. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this YouTube video right now, and you probably didn't even notice that behind me on the couch is full of blankets and pillows, and it's very messy because hubby and I had a sleepover last night. We're currently watching all the Mission Impossible movies because we're getting ready to see the last one. I'm so excited about that. I didn't feel like cleaning that up before I made this video because I only had so much time to make this video, so that became very unimportant for me. Did you notice the pillows back there? Back when I first started, I used to only make content on the days where I felt pretty, the days where I decided to do my hair or put on makeup or put on a nice shirt. Nowadays, I make videos whenever I feel like it, and if I don't feel like wearing makeup, which is most of the time, or I don't feel like doing my hair, which is also most of the time, I'm still making videos, because when I realize that people don't watch my videos for the way I look, I get over myself so fast. Nobody really cares how I look. Nobody really cares what's in the background of my videos. So guess what? When you make videos, nobody's caring about those things either until you make them care. The minute you're like, oh, don't mind my hair, it's such a mess. Or don't mind the mess in my kitchen right now because I'm cooking for all the kids. You don't even need to talk about that stuff because no one cares. So when you find yourself drowning in comparison and it keeps you from moving forward, you have to stop and ask yourself, do they really care? Because chances are they probably don't. And comparison kind of runs right along with the third problem, which is perfection. I used to be a type A. I'm really more of like an A- now, but I understand perfection, and I understand that it comes from this rooted place of not being enough, not being good enough, not being worthy enough. You have to have everything perfect. But let me tell you, obviously you already know at this age that it's never going to be perfect, and you're never going to be ready, and it's never going to be over or finished. So you might as well just start creating. Do it with a messy house. Do it with a stained t-shirt, because it doesn't matter. It's just an excuse not to show up. But now let's talk about the shift. What you need to shift mentally in order to become the content creator I know that you know you can be. Now, we just talked about showing up, not worrying about being the polished version of you, but being the version of you that's real, the one that's messy, the one that's authentic, that's silly, that's quirky, maybe even weird. People crave all of that stuff. People want real. They want the messy because that looks the most like them. And right now with AI and all of this stuff coming out that is so not real, so fake, when you see someone come on video and you can tell that everything they're saying is coming from their heart, or the emotion is pouring out of their voice, or they're making you laugh so hard because it's something that you've been there, done that situation, all of those imperfections, that's what really resonates in video. I have found that the videos I put in the less prep for, the ones that I just spur of the moment decided to make, are the ones that really take off. And I know why. I know it's because it doesn't feel rehearsed, because it isn't rehearsed. And people know that. People aren't stupid. They know when you're rehearsing. They know when you're using ChatGPT. They know what's real and what isn't just by watching you. The energy that you give off, the vibes that you give off. I was sitting outside under the gazebo. I had my phone with me, and there was a water bottle sitting there, one that I had purchased for my husband. And it was something that I purchased in the flip shop, so I wanted to do a quick review on it. I picked up the bottle and I just said, "Isn't this a sexy water bottle?" And then I just rambled about the water bottle being sexy. I posted it right away. I didn't put any thought into it, and that video took off because everyone thought it was hilarious that I was describing a water bottle as sexy. It just seems to me that if you show up imperfectly, it just really resonates with people. So maybe the messier the better. Now let's talk about a real self framework that you can apply to your content. So every time you post a video, you're going to be asking yourself these 3 questions. The first one is, would I say this to a friend? You might have heard that when you make videos that you should be talking to one person. You might even want to name that person. So for instance, I call my person Sally. So before I start that video, I'm thinking about Sally. I'm thinking about when I want to talk to her. You can act as if you're just sitting at the table with your friends, and you're going to talk about something. How would you deliver that conversation? You certainly wouldn't sound like a commercial or as someone talking to an acquaintance. You would be loose and relaxed. You'd be easy breezy with it. That's how you want your videos to be. The second step is, does this feel true to me today? Let me give you an example. If I am making a video and I want to sell you a supplement, and it's a supplement that gives you energy, and I'm not feeling energetic that day, I'm not going to make a video talking about how great this supplement is because it makes me feel so energized. Because if I don't already have the energy, the viewer is going to know this and they're not going to feel it. So they're not going to feel you, and they're definitely not going to buy from you. Let's just say you're doing educational content and you're talking to someone, you're giving them tips and tricks about something, but you haven't used these tips, you don't use these tricks, you really don't know. You're just something you got from ChatGPT and you're just delivering it as generic info. People won't resonate with that, but they will resonate if you say something like, "This is something I tried and it did not work for me," because now you've made it about you. It becomes true for you. And then the third step is, am I trying to prove something or am I trying to just share something? Let me show you an example of what I mean by this. When you are proving something, let's say you make a video about batch content creation. You're like, "I just made 6 videos today and edited them all before noon. You can do it too if you hustle." This is me trying to prove something. Or I could do it this way. This morning, I got so inspired and I made 6 videos. It's wild how creativity hits you when you don't force it. The prove yourself option is like, look at me, look what I done. The share option is, how can I encourage you to do the same? So you don't want your videos to be like you're standing on a stage and waiting for people to applaud you. You want them to feel like you are sitting at the table with your person. So now I have a little practice homework for you. I want you to make a video of yourself, just you in the camera, and I want you to just say 1 or 2 sentences about yourself, like you're talking to your friend, not like you're proving something, and I want you to share that. I want it to be something like, "Hi, I'm Sandra, and I'm a content creator, and I'm just trying to figure it all out like everyone else." It sounds real, it sounds engaging, instead of you saying something like, "Hi, my name is Sandra. I'm a content creator and I'm new, and here is what I'm learning." So the vibe you give off is so important. So this is probably a perfect time to tell you about the Content Creators Hub. It is a safe space my hubby built for me that all new content creators can come together and support one another and lift each other up. There's no judgment there. Everyone's green, so everyone's learning together. I just love the vibe of the people. I love the energy of everyone in there, and I think you will too. It's totally free. So if it's something you think you might like, just come join us. You'll see the link in the description box below. And if this video gave you any value at all, I would love it if you would subscribe. I would love it if you went to the comments and talked to me about anything that you're having problems with. What issues are you running into? What are you afraid of with content creation? I know that I can help you, and I would be happy to. And we got another episode coming up of this Reinvention series. Next week, I'll be talking to you about whether or not you need a niche, or can you be your niche? So if you have any questions about niching and what it means, or should you do it, go to the comments below and let me know, and I'll be sure to include it in the next episode. And remember, I want you to hit record, say the thing, and be brave. I love you, lady girls.